My dad was always like, you invest back into your career. And I was always putting so much back.
I know when we started Voice Masters, we had this, like, we basically locked ourselves in a room for a week, the three of us, and analyzed pretty much every class in town and every class that you and Mimi have taken, and discussed, like, okay, how do we make this better? What can we do that will, excel what other people have done? Not to compete, but we wanted to offer something different. And we wanted to make sure that actors weren't just taking the same old classes that everybody's been taking, and that was really important to us. And I just wanted to maybe ask you a little bit about your own training and, like, your own path in your acting career. Like, how has your own personal training really helped you in every area?
So it's really interesting that you say that, because it actually came up this week that people were talking about all the vacations that they've taken all throughout the years. And I really didn't have much to account for that because I never left LA. And I say that I don't mean to, like, be a downer. I meant that in terms of, like, full-blown commitment. Like, all of my budget, I come from a family of business, and all my family, they're entrepreneurs. They're always like, invest back in yourself. My dad was always like, you invest back into your career. And I was always putting so much back in. So, like, I barely took any vacations because I was always in at least one class, like, at a time, if not two or three at a time. So whatever voiceover class I was told I should take, I definitely took at least one from that studio. And then if I didn't jive with the teachers, I moved on to a different studio, because I did notice, and this is something that we're really passionate about, is that some teachers were really negative and they had a negative impact on my career. So again, I've already been, like, too transparent probably already, but in the beginning, I went to the school Playhouse West, and I don't know if that's still in LA, but it was at the time. And I was there for like 2 years training, and it was Meisner, and a lot of it was great, but then a lot of it had a negative impact on me, and I needed to get out. And I have a lot of friends that have those experiences at all different studios. And so if I ever felt like this is actually negatively impacting me, I just, like, want to encourage every actor on here to not feel like they have to stay at that studio, because it becomes very cultish. You know what I mean? So you feel like, well, these are where all my friends are at. And there were definitely times that I had to step away from different groups of people because I felt like it was really negative energy, or they were trying to use me in some way or something. And I just didn't appreciate that. So I always went to whoever kept challenging me, and I loved that. And not just the cheerleaders. So on camera, you guys know I'm obsessed with Amy Linden. If she's on here, if you guys ever study with her, because she's just like Voice Masters, I feel like, where she'll, like, be your cheerleader, but she will freaking kick you in the balls. And I always felt like, no matter what, like, I will never get sick of Amy Linden. Like, I will go to her to this day, and she knows I just am obsessed with her. So I am just such a proponent of continuing to train. I mean, to this day, even with our morning show, I'm constantly asking for critiques every week, and I'm constantly analyzing my on-camera work, which is hard sometimes, because it's just, you have to, like, set aside your ego. And sometimes you're like, I just want to be the best. Like, why aren't I the absolute best yet? But I think it's really important.